anniversary of the death of Mike Brown, who was brutally shot down in cold blood in Ferguson, Missouri, August 9th, 2014. His body lay in the street for 4.5 hours. 4.5 hours. His body lay in the street. And his community just saw that. This was the beginning of social media and people using social media as our own platform and as our own voice to be able to share our narratives. Because at that point, the mainstream always controlled the narrative and always controlled the stories. But we started to use social media to put out our own images and our own videos to show who was documenting in our own communities. And something amazing was starting to happen. People started to post his body, lifeless body in the streets, and started to circulate. First it started circulating in Ferguson. And more people in Ferguson saw what was happening and went down to that area. More and more people started coming down to that neighborhood, that block. Soon there was a whole crowd out there. The next day, they had a visual for Mike Brown. Hundreds of people came out to pay tribute to Mike Brown. They had a small memorial with teddy bears and stuffed animals. And just like the police normally do, not coming to protect and serve us, they came to agitate the Ferguson community. So they came by the dozens to agitate the community. And they came with police dogs. And the community members said that the police dogs came and they allowed the police dogs to urinate on the memorial. Urinate on Mike Brown Memorial. And that was the first day of the uprising. Because people were so angry, so fed up. They felt like their voice wasn't being heard, that they was not going to get justice, obviously, from the people who murdered Mike Brown. So they took justice into their own hands. And that uprising inspired so many uprisings all across America, from Baltimore to Louisville to Paterson. It inspired a generation. It inspired me. It inspired Joseph. Did it inspire you?
Yes.
Did it inspire you?
Yes.
Let me tell you something. The Ferguson uprising is the largest, longest uprising in America's history. They protested for 400 days straight. You think the protest ended just because it's not on the news. It's not on the news just because maybe there isn't any looting going on, there isn't no broken windows, there isn't no burnt police cars. Because we know that to the society, to the white supremacist society, and to the mainstream media, that broken glass is worth more than broken black bodies. To the mainstream media, right, damaged property is worth more than damaged black bodies. But we, as a people who believe that black lives matter and that black people are human too, realize that broken windows can be replaced. Black lives can't. Yeah. Broken windows can be replaced, but black lives can't. Cop cars can be replaced, but not black lives. So don't talk to me about looting when this very system, very land that we've been standing on right now is looted land.
Sorry.
We're standing on stolen land. So don't talk to me about looting and rioting when this country was built off of looting. The theft of land, the theft of black bodies, the theft of labor. This whole system is built off theft. So don't come to me with your moral consciousness saying to us we need to stop looting. America needs to stop looting. America should have never looted. We would have been comfortable in Africa. We would have been comfortable in our homeland. So we're here today, standing in solidarity with Mike Brown, because justice for Mike Brown doesn't mean that Mike Brown is going to come back. We know that his life is gone. Justice for Mike Brown means that there is not going to be another life taken on our watch. Not in Paterson, not in Inglewood, not in Wayne, not in Teaneck, not in Helden, Clifton, Camden, Jersey City, anywhere in New Jersey, anywhere in New York. We're going to make sure that this stops with this generation. There's this old song in the civil rights today. We're not going to keep saying that we want to see change someday. Someday is now. This is a generation that's going to change the entire world, and it doesn't matter if it's 5 of us, 10 of us, 100 of us. We're going to change this world, and we got to shake it in their boots right now. Raise a hand if this is the first Black Lives Matter rally you've been to.
Okay.
Welcome. Everyone tell them I love you.
Love you.
Tell them I love you.
Love you.
This is a movement grounded in love and solidarity. And we're going to welcome everybody into this movement, because this is not my movement, it's not Joe's movement, it's not the Black Lives Matter Paterson's movement, this is our movement. We're all the leaders you've been looking for. Some of us may not even be from Paterson, and you're going to go back to your own town and get it popping over there. You're going to get it popping over there. Recognize this. If anyone remembers this, when the Black Lives Matter movement started maybe in 2014 and then popped off again in 2016, the rallies were only regulated to certain neighborhoods, right? It was only going on in Paterson or Newark or Jersey City. It wasn't really going on in Ridgewood or Wayne or Morristown or Helden
Any white town.
or any of these white towns. Sometimes I've never even heard of before.
Real talk. Real talk.
But then when this iteration started, people started inviting me to protest in towns that were Trump towns.
Right.
Trump towns. And they was out there deep.
Yep.
Folks were out there deep. I went to a protest in Kinnelon. Kinnelon. I was like, where's that?
Say that again. Say that again.
I use my GPS. I don't know. But look, I pulled up. As soon as I pulled up, a pickup truck pulled up right next to me. And in the back of his pickup truck, he had a Trump flag
Right.
and he had an American flag. They took the Trump flags and their Blue Lives Matter flags and started to walk towards our protest. This is the society that we're living in. They think that because we're saying that Black Lives Matter, that we're against them.
Right.
They think that because we want justice, that means we want injustice for them.
Right.
That's not what this is all about.
Talk about
It's
it.
about justice for everybody.
Oh.
This is for justice for everybody, not for just one person, because this is how it got to this problem in the first place. We want justice for everybody. Do you want justice for all?
Yes.
You want justice for all?
Yes.
Are you willing to do what our dear brother John Lewis said, get into some good trouble?
Yeah.
We're going to get into some good trouble.
That's right.
This is that generation. Don't forget, our leaders in the past, they were 30 years old, they were 20 years old. There's a new documentary, a movie coming out about Fred Hampton. He died when he was 21 years old.
Right.
21 years old, that powerful. So I know I'm not the leader of this. There's some high school kids that's the leader of this.
Talk about it.
There's some kids who dropped out of the high school and they're the leaders of this. Those are my leaders. Those are your leaders too. Don't look nobody down for how they look, for how they dress, or the educational level. Because I'm telling you, I've been to Ferguson, I've been to Baltimore, I've been to Minneapolis. When you get shot out with rubber bullets, you won't care if that person has a degree next to you.
Damn straight.
You won't care if the person next to you who's pouring water in your eyes has a degree or not. If they speak perfect English. That's your brother right now. That's your sister right now. That's your sibling right now. And that's what unity is all about. So it doesn't matter if there's 5 of us or 10 of us, we're right now united, and we're going to keep going to each other's rallies and grow this movement in New Jersey. Are y'all with that?
Yeah.
Are y'all with that?
Yeah. Woo.
When I say Black Lives, you say matter. Black Lives.
Matter.
Black Lives.
Matter.
When I say Black Lives, you say matter. Black Lives.
Matter.
Black Lives.
Matter.
When I say Black Lives, you say matter. Black Lives.
Matter.
Black Lives.
Matter.
When I say Black Lives, you say matter. Black Lives.
Matter.
Black Lives.
Matter.
Black Lives.
Matter.
Black Lives.
Matter.
Black Lives.
Matter.
Black Lives.
But at the end of the day, I'm a black man. I'm a black man. I'm a black man. Because that's what counts to me. They don't see my education. They don't see my mother, who's a Western European, Italian, French, and Irish. They don't see that. And again, that's fine. My dad, and I said this on these steps, literally crying on my knees the last time I was here. My father's a Vietnam vet. He was also one of the first black South Orange cops. Okay? So, me growing up, having this ideology of loving my country, loving where I'm from, loving my neighborhood, it's gone south apparently. We've gone south. What do I mean by that? We've gone to a place of bringing ourselves backwards. We've gone backwards saying, oh, we're for black lives. Where are you at the next day? Where are you at the next week? Where are you at the next month? Where are you at the next year? Because last time I checked, this is a worldwide movement, and if you're only going to be about it just because it's Black Tuesday, shame on you. Everyone is accountable. Republicans, Democrats, communists, socialists, Marxists, Christians, Jews, Muslims, everyone is accountable.
Brown!
Mike Brown!
Mike Brown!
Mike Brown!
Tamir Rice!
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 Black lives matter!
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 The Paterson police killed Jameek Lowry. It wasn't no EMT. They killed Jameek Lowry. The Paterson police and several other people in this community. So when I say Jameek, y'all say Lowry. Jameek
Lowry!
Jameek
Lowry!
Jameek
Lowry!
Jameek
Lowry!
Jameek
Lowry!
Jameek
Lowry! 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 Lowry!
Love.
Matter!
Black love.
Matter!
Black love.
Matter!
Black love.
Matter!
What you fired?
How you feeling?
Because we out here for black lives. All black lives.
What we out here for?
All black lives.
What we out here for?
All black lives.
We out here for what?
Not super black lives with degrees or good paying jobs.
That's right.
All black lives.
That's right.
All black lives.
All the way over here, but that lady back there that had the nerve to tell us to shut the fuck up. I'm gonna make something clear for everybody over here that has any plans to tell any of us to shut the fuck up. This is for y'all. We're out here for y'all. We're protesting for y'all.
Talk about it.
So you're in the same community. So none of them go out of their way to kill you for no reason. If you want us to stop talking, then help us out. If you want us to stop yelling and screaming and protesting, then something has to get done. Until then, unless you're gonna help, who's gonna help?
That's right. That's right.
We're out here to help you.
That's right.
You're not out here helping us.
That's right.
And that's fine if you're not gonna be out here, but if you're not gonna be out there helping us, then stay out of the way. Don't open up your mouth unless you say help us out.
That's right.
Everybody in the hood.
That's right.
Every one of us is out here from the hood.
That's
We know
right.
what it's like when we hear noise. Y'all hear rocking, shooting up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Y'all don't say shit.
That's right.
This is in the daytime.
That's
You'll be
true.
fine.
Talk about it.
But until people stop murdering our children, our adults, any of us, just because of the color of our skin, nobody will shut the fuck up.
That's right.
They know their place.
Talk
We're
about
here
it.
to put them in their place. That's it. Any questions?
No, good.
From the people in these apartments? No? Okay, good.
The queen is spoken.
Everywhere go!
Everywhere we go!
But we also gonna agitate a couple ignorant people too, right? take our time with you and let you know that the system ain't for you.
That's right.
The system ain't for you. The system ain't for us.
Nope.
So once we take our time with our people, sit down with our people, love our people, take care of our people,